What's going on, guys? This is Coach Noob. Back in the building with another one. As usual, it's going to be jam packed full of jewels. Anytime is always appreciated because you could be doing anything, but you hear me checking out these reviews. Yo, this one's messed up, man. It's about a man who shoots his wife and his mother in law. Man, let's get straight to it.
Well, we are learning new details about a deadly shooting out of Hialeah that claimed the lives of a man and a woman and left a third person in serious condition. Police have confirmed that that shooter was a South Florida man who opened fire on his own wife and his mother-in-law and then turned the gun on himself. Now, the mother-in-law is the only survivor here.
Hey, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, decision making, bro.
CBS News Miami's Peter Dench joins us now live from Jackson Memorial Hospital where she is recovering. Peter.
Hey, you see how messed up it is, bro? Like, what are you thinking, man? Even thinking about shooting somebody that you supposedly, you know what I'm saying, supposedly, in quotations, are going to spend the rest of your life with, man. And then the mother in law, too, bro. Like, she probably didn't do nothing but try to protect her daughter, probably try to get you up out the house, something like that. And we all know, like, a good over 90% of this stuff, man, it starts with an argument. So they was probably arguing. Dude got in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Things got out of hand, obviously, and then he took his wife's life, took the mother-in-law's life because she was there, and then, well, he tried to take her life, and then took his own life though. Only survivor was the mother-in-law, which is crazy, bro. Because getting in your feelings like that when you're dealing with a woman, it it's never a good thing, bro. Like nobody should be able to make you get to the point where you feel like you need to unalive them. That goes for anybody, man, woman, whatever, whoever you're dealing with, bro. It nobody can make you feel any type of way. At the end of the day, you make your own self feel like that, man. All the emotions and stuff come from you, and when you let people get to you, you start thinking irrationally, illogically, and then you start making blunderous decisions, and then you end up doing something that changes lives forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they had kids and all that? You know what I'm saying? He was married, so his wife's gone. The mother-in-law's hurt. You know what I'm saying? Your family is hurt too. Even though you didn't harm them, they still got to deal with this or what you did, bro. People questioning them, like, man, what's going on? What kind of person you raised? All that, you just got to deal with a whole bunch of stuff that you shouldn't have to, man. And it all stems from the way that you think, man, that you approach these situations, bro. And thinking that shooting your wife is gonna make anything better is not. The thing that'll make something better is divorcing her and moving on with your life and turning a new leaf, getting back on track, getting back to yourself, getting to know yourself again, the things that you were doing before you even met her, and getting back to getting in your bag, whatever you was doing, bro. When you were a happier person.
Well, Betty, we can tell you we're learning those brand new details from Hialeah police. This is where the victim's mother was taken to the Ryder Trauma Center after being shot. Now, police say 60-year-old Alberto Cardenas Casillas shot his 48-year-old wife Eileen Delgado de Armas at the Largo Grande apartment complex and then shot her mother, Rosie Delgado, before turning the gun on himself.
And 60 years old, bro, it's if you're not retired, you probably like a couple years from retirement, man. Like you already should have stuff pretty much mapped out by then. 48 years old, okay, you had a younger wife compared to 60, you know what I'm saying? Said like 12 years or something like that. So if you gotta let her go, bro, then you gotta let her go, man. Doesn't matter how much time or energy that you put into that marriage, man. Once things have ran their course, you know, you have to be able to stomach that as a man and deal with that, bro. A lot of these people, man, they really don't know how to deal with women. And when these situations arise, like arguments and stuff, man, they just take them too far. Like in this particular situation, to me, had to been already disagreeing, arguing with her about stuff, and it just got to the point where you like, all right, you don't want to hear this no more. It's either this way or no way at all, and you took it to the extreme, bro. Instead of just letting her go live her life, man, letting her see that the grass isn't greener on the other side, bro, and being able to be okay with leaving a situation and even like working on yourself and then going to get into another relationship if that's what you want to do, or just being single and having things your way, you know.
Neighbors say the couple was going through a divorce, and one neighbor said her mother came here recently from Cuba to help her with her cancer treatments, and she said it was very sad to die in this way.
It was sad, you know what I'm saying? She already had cancer, and you adding insult to injury. Her mom came up here to help with her, you know, her cancer treatments or whatever they was had going on. And then you was already in the middle of a divorce, so you already wasn't seeing like, you know what I'm saying. I said before, that's how a lot of this stuff gets started, man. Men aren't, you know, these particular guys aren't able to deal with the fact that divorce isn't the end of the world. That's not the only woman in the world, man. We already know, like women, they get bored, they get tired of being in that marriage or whatever. She already got the thrill out of it, like getting married and being a married woman and doing all that, bro. But if she wants to leave, then you gotta let her leave, bro. And obviously, she wanted to leave because if you wanted to leave, you would have just filed the divorce, or she would have filed it. You would have signed the papers and handled it, however, you know what I'm saying, and been out of there because you wanted to, and she would have let you leave. At the same time, you got to think about that and be able to let go too. Like, hey, this is what it is, man. It's not the end of the world. It's actually turning. It's actually beginning a new beginning, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you really would have found out like life isn't that bad, bro. Even if you have to go through a divorce, just go through it and do what you have to do and get it over with, man. And then, if you going through those emotions and stuff, bro, just stay away from that woman, bro, while you going through that, man. If you don't need to talk to her, don't talk to her, man. If the only time you talk to her is in court while y'all going through that divorce procedure, then let it be. That's what it is, man. Whatever is gonna keep you from making a decision like this and ending up in this kind of position, either dead or in jail, bro. Because if he'd have survived, he'd have been handcuffed to that hospital bed, man. So just man, do that critical thinking, man, when you have to. Even though it is easier said than done sometimes, you have to do it. You got to be able to stomach anything as a man, bro.
Hialeah police say that the mother is in serious condition but is expected to survive. We are live at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
All right, man. Yeah. So just man, be able to walk away, man, from any woman that you with, bro. Be able to get that divorce if that's what you need to do. Sometimes people have been married twice and divorced twice. You know what I'm saying? But they gave each other that chance to see, like, all right, we've been separated, we've been divorced for a while. We ain't like how that went out. Now we're gonna get married again. If it didn't work out again, they left again and gave themselves another chance. Like it didn't work out twice, so they moved on for good, bro. bro. Always give yourself that chance, though, man. Don't ever put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of, bro, because of a woman, especially, man. When there's so many of them out here, really, you really need to be focused on yourself, man. The women come, bro, when they see you grinding, you ain't really worried about them. Stuff usually happens when you least expect it, bro. And anyways, man, it's Coach Noob. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're digging this kind of content. And your time is always appreciated because you'll be doing anything but you hear me and checking out these reviews. Until next time, I'm out.